Hello and welcome back to Investing for Generations, your channel for high quality stock research for long-term value investors. And today I want to talk about my portfolio position Pfizer, because Pfizer came out with news on Friday, and Pfizer hopes to apply for coronavirus vaccine emergency use authorization in November. And I want to go through the whole article with you and show you where Pfizer is at this point and also what impact this could have, of course, in the business and therefore also in the stock of Pfizer. And the whole COVID vaccine thing, of course, is a big business also. And here I found an article of late July, and this say Pfizer could earn 15 billion plus in COVID-19 vaccine sales per analysts. And these 15 billion just is a number for the US market. The whole vaccine market could be around $100 billion, and Pfizer already had some agreements with Canada and also with the EU. And so it seems like Pfizer is a kind of a front runner here and could get at least a big piece of this money. And of course, the money on the business side, we talk about stocks, we talk about business, the money, of course, is very important. But of course, the vaccine and a vaccine that's really working and help this world would be so great just to come back to a normal life. And this, of course, is the hope, not just for Pfizer, also for all the other players hunting for a vaccine. And so with this news come out that there could be a vaccine at the late November, the stocks of Pfizer just jump up on Friday almost 4% to now around $38 per stock. I will go through with you the whole article and on what stage we are with the vaccine and Pfizer. A statement from Pfizer released Friday suggests that the company coronavirus vaccine candidate could be ready for distribution throughout the US by the end of November. Three hurdles the company coronavirus vaccine candidate needs to clear. The first hurdle can't be evaluated until a certain number of clinical trial volunteers test positive to COVID-19 after being inoculated with a vaccine candidate dubbed BNT162 or a placebo. Since the pandemic has continued to spread largely unchecked across the US since the beginning of Pfizer's phase 3 trial, the number of events required to trigger an interim analysis should cross a minimum threshold soon. Over the past 3 weeks alone, over 1 million Americans have tested positive for COVID-19. So this is the first hurdle they have to take. They just need enough patients which are infected. The second hurdle is the ability to supply 2 months of safety data taken from at least half of the participants. Burler, the CEO of Pfizer, was able to confidently state that the BNT160 program will approach the FDA safety data requirement in the third week of November. This timeline is firm because we know that by September 14, Pfizer and its vaccine collaboration partner BioNTech, by the way, a German company, had already enrolled 29,012 people in the study, which is expected to have a total of around 44 participants. And then also the third hurdle and the most important and the most difficult hurdle is Pfizer and BioNTech will need to show the FDA proof that their manufacturing process can produce BNT162 at scale while consistently meeting quality and safety standards. So this is the route, these hurdles they have to take, and if everything go well, there could be a vaccine at late November, and this could hopefully change the whole picture of this pandemic situation, not just in the US, but of course also worldwide, and would be, I think, a big step back to a normal life. And so after all, I'm very happy with my stocks in Pfizer. I made another video about Pfizer with a deeper analysis of the whole business. You can find the link here up on the screen. And there I calculated an intrinsic value of $38. And I bought my shares, you can see here with the green arrows at different stages for, in average, a little bit over $36. So I'm up a little bit right now. And it seems to me Pfizer right now just trading on the intrinsic value. And so maybe there's still a good chance to buy in. And so I'm up with my position of Pfizer right now around 7%. And you can see here my whole portfolio, my whole long-term value portfolio, and you can find on my channel a deeper analysis of every of these stocks. So feel free and watch out this. I think you can find a lot of value there, and maybe one or another company which still is trading under the fair value or just around the fair value. And this is a one point, and the other point is you just find here high quality businesses. There's not a lot of speculation in these stocks. The only really speculative stock I have in my portfolio is Air Canada. And this is just a bet that everything come back to normal, and also the travel industry will be fine again. And of course also the vaccine have a correlation to that and to all of these businesses. So a working vaccine would be not just good for Pfizer, it would be good for the whole businesses in the world, and so also for my businesses in my portfolio. So just, and for life in general, of course. And so just hope the best that Pfizer or even some of the other companies around in the hunting for the vaccine can come through and find a working vaccine against this virus. So what's my conclusion then? Pfizer for me is still a good long-term base investment. I mean, you can't expect super high returns from Pfizer, but if you make like 8 to 10% every year over the long term, this is a good long-term base investment with a good and very safe dividend. And of course, the vaccine could be a boost, at least for the short and mid-term, for the stock. And so it could be a good moment to buy in on the fair value right now. And of course, if you're a speculator, you can also speculate on the vaccine and maybe can make some money with that, but that's not my goal. My goal is a long-term investment, and therefore Pfizer is a great candidate because of all of these points. And as I said, also check out my deeper analysis. You find way more information about the company there. Thanks for watching, and if you found any value in my videos, subscribe to my channel and join this group of long-term value investors. And if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, and if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell and tell all your friends that here is rising a community of long-term value investors with no bullshit and just a lot of information for a good and decent return over the long term to build wealth and financial freedom. So that's it for today. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.